Okay, I don't know about you guys, but every single time a new Olight package shows up on my desk, I genuinely get a little excited. And today's a good day because Olight just dropped a bunch of new flashlights for their 19th anniversary, and I've got 3 of them sitting right here in front of me, plus one extra light that I've honestly been waiting to get my hands on for a while now. So what do we actually have here? All right, this one right here is the Baton 4 Pro. This is the Baton Ultra, and the little guy right here is the Oclip Pro S. Oh, and that 4th light I mentioned? Yeah, that's the PL-X rail light, and we're definitely getting to that. First up, let's talk about the Baton 4 Pro and the Baton Ultra, because these two are very closely related. At first glance, they almost look identical. Same overall shape, similar size, same basic features, but once you start comparing specs, that's where the differences start showing up. Both lights come with 5 brightness levels plus strobe mode. The Baton Ultra pushes up to 1800 lumens, while the Baton 4 Pro tops out at 1600 lumens. But the biggest difference isn't just brightness, it's beam performance. The Ultra can throw light out to around 330 yards, while the 4 Pro reaches about 220 yards. Candela numbers also show a huge jump, with the Ultra hitting 22,500 candela compared to 10,000 on the 4 Pro. Outside of that, most brightness levels are pretty much the same on both lights. High mode gives you 600 lumens, medium sits at 120, low mode is 15 lumens, and moonlight mode drops all the way down to a single lumen. One of the coolest upgrades on the Baton Ultra is the brand new EIP1 LED. This is actually Olight's first self-developed emitter, and honestly, first impressions are really solid. The hotspot looks super intense, the spill is smooth, and thankfully, there's almost no visible green tint. Overall, the beam just looks cleaner and more focused compared to the standard emitter in the Baton 4 Pro. Both lights also come with a redesigned charging system. You still get magnetic charging through the tail cap like before, but now there's also a hidden USB-C port built into the tail. Just twist the tail section and the port appears underneath. It's a really clean setup, and keeping the port hidden should help protect it from dust, dirt, and moisture over time. Another thing I like is the new flat tail cap design. Both lights can now tail stand without any issues, and the added texture around the tail gives you a lot more grip during use. For the switch gear, both lights get a side-mounted E-switch and a rear E-switch. The rear switch is a new feature and enables instant on and shortcuts. The side switch controls brightness levels and on-off. And it's similar to the current crop of Olight E-switches with integrated output mode indicators and battery indicators on either side of the switch bezel. They're green LED backlit this time, and even though they're a bit dim, I like these because they're not just gimmicky additions, and there's a dedicated lockout icon that illuminates when the electronic lockout's activated as well. That's important since there's no other indicator the light is locked. Both lights include a deep carry 2-way pocket clip, and both are IPX8 waterproof, meaning they can survive underwater up to around 6 feet deep. The Baton 4 Pro is rated for 1.5 meters of impact resistance, while the Ultra bumps that up to 2 meters. Powering both flashlights is the same 3500 mAh 18650 battery, and you can charge it magnetically through USB-C or with an external charger if you prefer. And finally, one of the biggest differences between these two lights comes down to materials. The Baton 4 Pro uses standard 6061 aluminum, while the Baton Ultra is built from Olight's new OAL material, which they describe as a super aluminum designed to be more durable and way more scratch resistant. Okay, enough with the bigger lights for a second, because this compact little thing deserves some attention too. Olight basically tried to turn this into a light for every possible situation, and somehow they managed to cram a ridiculous amount of features into something this small. Now, if you already own the Oclip Pro or the Oclip Ultra, this is going to look very familiar, but the Pro S definitely feels like the more refined version. It's still super compact, but now you're getting white light, UV, and RGB modes all packed into one tiny body. Its size is one of its biggest strengths. It's small enough to disappear into a pocket, slip into a backpack organizer, or hang from a keyring thanks to the hole in the bottom of the clip. Build quality feels exactly like what you'd expect from Olight: solid, premium, and surprisingly dense for something this small. The clip is central to the whole idea, and thankfully Olight seems to understand that. On a light like this, the clip isn't a side feature, it's the feature. If it doesn't hold securely, the rest of the design matters a lot less. The built-in magnet at the bottom of the clip is another genuinely useful touch. It sounds mildly interesting until you actually need it, and then suddenly the light is attached to the underside of a hood or the side of a grill while both your hands are busy. It's also got an IPX6 water resistance rating, so that gives you confidence handling this in the rain. The battery included is a built-in 580 mAh pouch cell. It's not user serviceable, so you can't replace it when the battery eventually wears out. That sucks, but there's no other way to get this unique shape and look. Of course, with a built-in battery, there must be built-in charging. Charging is facilitated by a USB-C port on the side of the light opposite the button. The port cover, it's metal and spring-loaded, so it snaps open and closed. It just feels way more premium than the typical rubber flap most small lights use. Performance is honestly impressive for something this tiny. The white light now pushes up to 600 lumens, which is around 20% brighter than the previous version, and it can throw light out to about 80 meters. What surprised me most is how focused the beam feels despite the small reflector. You still get a wide, usable beam, but it throws farther than you'd expect from a light this size. There's a little bit of yellow tint around the edges, but overall it still looks really good. On top of the main white light, you also get a 365 nanometer UV light with 2 brightness levels, plus red, green, and blue modes that also have 2 brightness settings. Controls are simple and intuitive. The main push-button switch controls on-off and brightness. It's got a great action with a quiet but distinct click. The rotary toggle switch selects the lighting modes. It's got great detents and snaps to its 3 positions with authority. I love a good rotary toggle switch on multi-channel lights like this. It's dramatically more intuitive than a complicated series of clicks and holds. Overall, the design focuses heavily on convenience and portability. It's small enough for true everyday carry, easy to operate, and versatile thanks to its clip and magnetic mounting options. If the Pro S follows the popularity of previous Oclip models, it would not be surprising to see Olight release it in additional colors, materials, or special editions in the future, something they've done many times with their most successful designs. And finally, we get to take a look at Olight's newest weapon-mounted light offering, the PL-X. This thing right here in this tiny little package absolutely blew my mind. This thing blew my mind because not only did it outperform like full-size pistol lights, it actually outperformed bigger names like Streamlight and Surefire. It beat them all in this tiny little package. The first thing you'll notice about the PL-X is that it has a slick design that pairs very well with your Glock pistol or a number of other pistols on the market. The housing is aluminum finished in Type 3 anodization, keeping weight down without feeling fragile. I love the fact that they went sleek and they got rid of all the white lettering, so it's completely low-key. It's also rated IPX7 waterproof and tested for impacts up to 1.5 meters, so durability shouldn't really be a concern here. The controls are intuitive with ambidextrous switches that are easy to reach without breaking your grip. No learning curve here. You can pick it up and run it immediately. Inside, there's a built-in 960 mAh battery that gives you up to around 145 minutes of runtime, depending on the mode you're using. This light breaks with Olight's tradition of using magnetic recharging, and the fact that they went to a USB Type-C charger is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. The charging port cover is metal and spring-loaded, so it snaps open and closed with a really premium feel. This light further breaks from tradition, housing 3 emitters, which brings me to the switch on the side. This light allows you to choose between 2 main modes for the light, with the upper position choosing the spotlight mode activating the single emitter in the bottom, and the lower position activating the 2 upper emitters for a flood mode. In flood mode, the PL-X pushes up to 1200 lumens, which absolutely floods a room with light. Then switching over to spotlight mode gives you a much more focused beam with 22,500 candela and a throw distance of around 330 yards, which is honestly insane performance for something this compact. You can see nice bright strobe too, so this is a heck of a nice weapon light right here. It genuinely feels like having 2 completely different lights built into one housing. Now the features on this are just top-notch, and the finish, the quality behind everything has been amazing, so huge shout out to Olight for putting out this PL-X and listening to their customers, as they always do. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Honestly, I think Olight brought some really interesting stuff to the table with this new lineup. But now I want to hear what you guys think. Which one of these lights is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments if any of these are something you'd actually carry or try out for yourself. I'll have links for all the lights featured in today's video down in the description below if you guys want to check them out. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're already subscribed, seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. I appreciate every single one of you.